This is a late-night Uber drive horror story. If you like this story, please give it a thumbs up and support a new creator by subscribing to this channel and hitting the notification bell to become one of my loyal subscribers. I'm a university student and I drive for Uber at night. I can't take rides during the day because I'm busy with my studies. I live in a hostel with my friend, and I drive to make some money to cover my expenses. One night I was on the main road near my hostel when I received a ride request from a female passenger. I accepted the ride, and the passenger called me on my phone to give me the exact pickup location. She asked me to meet her at the entrance of a park. It was 11 p.m. when she got into the back seat. I asked for her destination, and she said the location on the app was accurate. I asked her because many people don't always enter their exact drop-off location. I started driving. The woman was completely dressed in black, wearing what looked like a black shawl that covered her entirely. When I neared the destination, I was shocked to see that the drop-off point was a cemetery. I was confused. I asked her again if she could tell me her exact destination, saying I'd drop her there at no extra charge. I figured she might want to go to a nearby house and just didn't want to pay for the extra distance. But she insisted that the cemetery was the correct location and asked me to stop at the main gate. I dropped her off there, full of questions, and headed back to the hostel. I told my friend about the strange woman. A few days later, at 11 p.m., I got another ride request from that same park. As I waited, I saw the same woman walking toward my car. Anxiety crept up on me, though I didn't know why. She got into the car, and this time I noticed a foul smell, something terribly unpleasant. It was as if she hadn't bathed in days. I sped up, wanting to get rid of her as quickly as possible. I dropped her off at the cemetery again and drove back to my hostel. Then, at around midnight, after dropping off a couple at their apartment, I received another ride request. The pickup location was the cemetery. I stopped my car near the cemetery and saw the same woman approaching once again. I didn't want her to get into my car, but I mustered all my courage to stay calm. Inside, I promised myself I'd never accept a ride from the cemetery or that park again. She got into the car and greeted me, but her voice wasn't human. It sent chills down my spine. I greeted her back, trying not to upset her because, honestly, I wanted to stay alive. I dropped her off at the park this time and drove back to the hostel. But even after she left, I felt her presence in the car. My engine seemed to struggle, as if it was taking more effort than usual to run. When she left, I noticed she was carrying a plastic bag with liquid dripping from it. I assumed it was water, so I worried my back seat might be wet. Once I got back to the hostel, I grabbed a duster to clean the seat. I took out the floor mat to dry it off, but what I saw was horrifying. The duster I used was stained red, and the mat was soaked in it. I cleaned the mess in shock, then went to my room, where I fainted. My friend found me and took me to the hospital. I was hospitalized for 10 days. When I recovered, I told my friend what had happened. He reported it to the police, who investigated the park and the cemetery, but found nothing. They checked the CCTV footage and, to my surprise, saw my car picking someone up, but no passenger was visible. The car door opened and closed, but no one got in. It took me a long time to recover from that night. It's the most horrifying experience of my life. Stay tuned for more stories.